Welcome back, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jaslyn and crocheting is one of my hobbies. Today, I'll be sharing with you several ways you can crochet a ribbon bow. They are super beginner friendly and quick to make. They can be used as hairbands, hairpins, or even appliques for your crochet projects like sweater, bags, and even hats. As a fellow crocheter, I know we want to spend more time crocheting, so I have included timestamps below. Just skip to the ribbon that you would like to try out. Before we start, I just want to quickly go through the materials I'll be using. I'm using red for the yarn, and also I'll be using the usual, so stitch markers, yarn snip, and I'm using a 3.0 mm for this crochet tutorial. And that's about it. If you want to know where I get all my crochet supplies, I have provided a link in the description below. For the first ribbon, we're gonna start off by doing a magic ring first, followed by 2 chains. Then we're gonna do 5 half double crochet. And then we're gonna do 2 chains and then slip stitch into the magic ring. We're gonna do this one more time. Once you're done, we're gonna pull out the yarn a little bit and tighten the magic ring. To start a new row, we're gonna do 4 chains first. And the next part is tricky, so in the next stitch we're gonna do 3 incomplete half double crochet first. So we're gonna do one more time, and then another time, and then pull the yarn through all of them. So this is 3 incomplete half double crochet. We're gonna do the same for the next 3 stitch. Once that is done, we're gonna do 4 chains and then slip stitch to the middle, and then you're basically done with one side of the ribbon. What you're gonna do now is to repeat the same thing on the other side. Now that we are done with the general shape of the ribbon, what we're going to do now is to make it look more like a ribbon. We're going to use the yarn needle and thread the yarn through. So what we're going to do, you can see me, right, sewing on the other side of the ribbon, pulling it through, right. The bow's part will curl out a bit, so we want it to curl to the correct part. And then once that is tightened, what we're basically going to do is to wrap the yarn around the middle part of the ribbon. You want to make sure that it's tight, okay, so that the ribbon can maintain its shape. And then when you're reaching the end, what you're going to do is to do a double knot behind. So make sure to do at least 2 so that it's more secure. One is that's not it. You can do 3 if you want, but I'm doing 2 here, okay? So once that is done, what we're gonna do is to hide the 2 yarns. So what I like to do is to do a shortcut here, right? So I'm putting 2 yarns through the yarn needle and I'm hiding both yarns at the same time. You can see me going through the middle first, and then I'm picking one side of the ribbon to hide my yarns. Okay, so make sure, right, when you thread your needle through, you don't poke through to the other side. If not, it will look very ugly. Okay, so once you pull it through, all you have to do is to use your yarn snip, cut it off, and there you go, your first ribbon. Next up, for the second variation of the ribbon, we are also going to do a magic ring first, followed by 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are going to do 4 triple crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the ribbon, and basically that forms one side of your ribbon. What you're gonna do now is to repeat the same thing on the other side for the magic ring. Once you are done, we're basically going to tighten the magic ring now. Okay, and then what we're gonna do now, same as the first ribbon, we are gonna make it look more like a ribbon. So we are gonna wrap the yarns in the middle, just like what we did for ribbon 1. Okay, make sure it's super tight. And then we're gonna do a double knot at the back. Make sure to do at least 2. Okay. And then now with the long tail, we're basically just gonna hide them. Now for the third variation of the ribbon, it's very simple. We're essentially going to do one whole straight line and then tie the straight line into a ribbon. Alright, so we're going to start with 51 chain first. Once that 51 chain is done, go back 2 chains and start slip stitching your way back to the very last stitch. Okay, so that's the last stitch. Once you are done, cut the yarn off and then pull everything out. And what we're basically going to do now is to secure the end of the ribbon. Alright, do a double knot here. And then what you're going to do now is to basically hide both the strings. Now that we have cleaned up the corners, what we're basically going to do now is to tie it up so that it looks like a ribbon. If this was too fast, just rewind the video a little bit and then watch it again. For the fourth variation of the ribbon, I admit that it's a little bit more complicated, but no worries, I will take you through step by step. We're gonna first start with 23 chains. Once that is done, you're gonna go back 2 chains, do a slip stitch first, and then do a half double crochet, and then do 7 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do a half double crochet and 2 slip stitch. So 1, 2. And we're basically going to repeat the same pattern back, so half double crochet, 7 double crochet and half double crochet. Once that is done, in the last stitch, we're going to do a slip stitch, do a chain, and then slip stitch in the same stitch. Alright, and then from here on, we are just going to do the same pattern all the way back. So half double crochet, 7 double crochet, half double crochet. Once that is done, you do 2 slip stitch and then do the same thing again. Half double crochet, 7 double crochet, half double crochet, and a slip stitch. I'm not gonna speed up the video here, but if you got what I was saying, you can just skip to the second row. Now that is done, we're gonna continue with the second part. So we're gonna do 11 chain first. So you can see that it's attached to the first part, alright? So once you do 11 chain, same thing, we're gonna go back 2 chains, do a slip stitch, half double crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, 2 slip stitch, so 1, 2, and then continue the same pattern, half double crochet, half double crochet. When you reach the last stitch, again we're going to do a slip stitch, do a chain, and then slip stitch into the same stitch, okay? And then from here on, it's basically the same thing. You're going to follow the same pattern. Half double crochet, half double crochet, 2 slip stitch, half double crochet, half double crochet. Alright, and then you're just gonna end this with a slip stitch. Okay, once you reach the end, what you're gonna do is to slip stitch. Okay, just to make it the leaf shape. And then once that is done, you cut the yarn. and pull out the whole yarn. Now that it's done, we're just gonna flip to the other side and do the exact same thing that we just did. Alright? Just that now we have to reattach it. Now I'm gonna show you quickly how we're gonna make the ribbon look like. Basically, we're gonna fold the middle two parts together, and at the ends we're gonna fold it like that. Alright, so to make the shape, we are basically going to sew the yarns together, and I'll be showing you how to do that now. So just using your yarn needle, thread through the other side. Okay, make sure that you flip all the front side to the correct side. Okay, so I always start with the one end first, and then slowly work myself to the other end. Once you have sewed both sides, then what we're going to do now is to secure it a little bit, okay, by doing a double knot. So you can see that the ribbon shape is coming out a little better right now. And then same as what we did for ribbon 1 and ribbon 2, we're basically going to wrap the yarn in the middle of the ribbons. Make sure to do this tightly, alright. If you can do the 4th variation of the ribbon, then you can definitely do the 5th variation of the ribbon, because it's basically like a subset. What we're gonna do is to basically do a very big version of the leaves. Okay, so for the first row, what we're gonna do is to do 30 chains first. Once that is done, go back 2 chains and do an increase. So I'm putting a stitch marker here, so I know that this is the first stitch of that row. Okay, so do another 1 in the first stitch for the increase. And then work backwards. You are going to do a total of 27 single crochet. Once you are at your last stitch, what we're going to do is do a W. W basically means doing 3 single crochet in 1 stitch. Okay, and then once that is done, what you're basically going to do is to do single crochet all the way back. Okay? And then once you reach the end, to close off the row, basically you slip stitch into the first stitch, which is basically where the stitch marker is at, and then you will get this beautiful row. Now we're going to start doing the leaf shape. Start off by doing 1 chain, followed by 1 single crochet. Make sure to put back the stitch marker, and then you're going to do an increase. Then do a single crochet, followed by a half double crochet, followed by 8 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once that is done, do a half double crochet and a single crochet, and you basically reach the middle right now. So in the middle, we're gonna do 3 slip stitch. And then again, we're gonna follow the same pattern. So single crochet, half double crochet, 8 double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet. Now that we reached a turning point, we're gonna do an increase, single crochet, another increase, and then from here on out, we're basically gonna do the same pattern. Okay, so single crochet, half double crochet, 8 double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, you'll reach the middle, and then you're basically going to repeat the same thing over. In the last stitch, you're gonna do an increase. So take out the stitch marker. Do an increase. And then slip stitch into the first stitch. Okay, you're basically done. Cut off the yarn and pull out the whole yarn. So now I'm gonna show you how to put the ribbon together. Basically, you're gonna flip it and then fold it in the middle, and you can see that it's already looking like a ribbon. And then basically what we're gonna do is to sew it together like how we did for the previous ribbon. Okay, once you have sewed through, we're basically going to do the same technique. We're going to wrap the yarn tightly in the middle of the ribbon. Now for the 6th variation of the ribbon, we're gonna start with 45 chain first. So once that is done, we're gonna go back 4 chain, and in the 4th stitch, do a triple crochet. You can put a stitch marker here if you want, but it's not really necessary because we're only going to do one time backwards, alright? And then we're going to do a double crochet followed by a half double crochet and a single crochet. So basically this forms the bottom part of the ribbon, and then we're basically going to do the middle part. Okay, so start with 2 slip stitch. And then after the slip stitch, we'll be basically doing the ribbon part. Okay, so single crochet, half double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then we're gonna do an FW. FW basically means doing 3 double crochet in a single stitch. Okay, we need to do one more. Once that is done, do 4 double crochet. Alright, and then once that is done, do another FW. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to repeat the same thing backwards. 2 double crochet, 1, 2, half double crochet, single crochet, and 2 slip stitch. So basically I've shown you how to do one part, and basically you're going to repeat the same part all the way back. Okay, once you're done, you're basically going to cut the yarn and pull out the entire yarn. And then I will show you how to put it together on the next part. Before I sew everything together, I just want to quickly show you how the ribbon will come together. So basically for both ends, you're going to turn it inwards, and then the ribbon will look like that. Right? And then once you sew everything together, we're basically going to do the same thing, wrap the yarn in the middle to give the ribbon its shape. So let's start sewing. So for the last ribbon, we're basically gonna start off the first row with 16 chain, and while you watch me do it, I just want to explain a little about the anatomy of the 7th ribbon. We're basically going to do a very big rectangle with nice details on the side, and once that is done, then we're gonna slowly shape the ribbon shape. Alright, so that's basically how we're gonna do it, and this whole ribbon has 15 row in total. Once you're done with the chains, you're basically gonna go back 2 chains and start doing your single crochet. There will be 15 single crochet in total. For this part, make sure to do the stitch marker so you know where is the first and the last stitch. Okay, next for the row 3 to 14, we are doing the exact same thing over and over again. To start the row, always start with a chain, flip the yarn, and then do 15 single crochet. Make sure to put back your stitch marker for the first and last stitch so that you don't have to keep counting. Okay, just a little trick. So right now you can see me doing the last single crochet for that row, and that's basically 1 row down. To start the next row, do the same thing again, just 1 chain and then do all the way back. We are gonna do 14 row in total. So this is how it will look like after you have complete 14 row. What we are gonna do now is to do the details beside the rectangle. Okay, everything is the same. Basically do 3 chains, and then you're gonna skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch do a slip stitch. Okay, you're basically gonna repeat this over and over again at the whole circumference of the rectangle. So 3 chains, skip 1 stitch, and then do a slip stitch. Okay, we're nearing the end now, so I'm just gonna finish up this part together with you. Alright, so the 1 last deep stitch. Once you are done, we're gonna cut off the yarn. So pull out the yarn, and then now I'm basically gonna show you what we're gonna do with this. Okay, basically we're gonna make this zigzag shape, and then we're gonna sew it in the middle like this so that it looks like a ribbon. So first step first, what we're gonna do, because the yarn doesn't end in the middle of the ribbon, so we cannot sew it directly in the middle. So what we're gonna do now is to hide the yarn first. Once you're done hiding, basically cut off the excess yarn, and then using your crochet yarn, basically you're gonna cut out a suitable length of the red yarn, and then what we're gonna do is to tie it in the middle. So you can see that I already have a yarn cut out. So what I'm gonna do now is to wrap it around the middle, and then secure it. So basically we're just gonna do a double knot, alright? And that's it! Which bow are you planning to start with? I would love to see how your ribbons turn out and what you use them for. Share with me in the comments below and make sure to drop some photos. If you chance upon any crochet projects on my blog that do not have a tutorial yet and you want me to do it, let me know and I will add it to the pipeline. See you next week. Thanks for watching!